More now on a growing corruption scandal here in Germany that could have serious repercussions for Angela Merkel's Conservatives. 3 members of her parliamentary party have resigned in the past week after allegations that they misused their positions as members of parliament to make money. 2 are accused of profiteering from the pandemic. Another is said to have exploited links to a foreign country to enrich himself.
Löbel, Nüßlein, Hauptmann. 3 resignations in 3 days, all by members of the Bundestag from Angela Merkel's Conservative bloc. In each case, claims of corruption have forced them to step down. Nicolas Löbel and Georg Nüßlein face allegations they lobbied for companies to get supply contracts for coronavirus face masks. Löbel has admitted his firm received €250,000 for such help. Their resignations prompted this stern warning from the CDU party leader. I don't know if there are other such cases. I couldn't have imagined a case like the one involving Löbel. But if there are, come clean now or we will take action. On Thursday, that call was answered by Christian Democrat Mark Hauptmann. According to reports in Der Spiegel, the accusations against him relate to tourism advertisements for Azerbaijan in a newspaper he publishes. Hauptmann denies receiving money or allowing such business activities to influence his actions as a politician, but Conservatives are promising they'll clean things up. We need to go a whole step further and make it clear that what is legally possible is not necessarily acceptable for us. We need a code of conduct that clearly states that it's not possible or acceptable under any circumstances to benefit financially from duties that members of parliament carry out as part of their job. The allegations of sleaze have forced the CDU onto the defensive. Health Minister Jens Spahn has felt the need to publish the names of all Bundestag members who spoke with his ministry about the provision of protective masks. And party leader Armin Laschet, in his job for less than 2 months, sounds increasingly worried by what's been dubbed the mask scandal. I am focused on modernisation over the next few years. I don't want to allow this major project to be scuppered by individual members of parliament who think about nothing but making money. Before modernisation can take off, the Conservatives, popular for so long under Angela Merkel, will need to show they retain the voters' trust. Their first chance to do that will come at 2 state elections this Sunday.
Well, the scandal comes as the number of coronavirus cases in Germany is on the rise. As criticism grows of the government's handling of the pandemic, Health Minister Jens Spahn says he expects the pace of vaccination to improve, but that still depends on whether enough doses can be delivered fast enough. He says 7% of Germans have now received their first dose of the vaccine. That's around 6 million people. Spahn warned that many challenges still lay ahead.
The situation remains serious. The case numbers are rising again, slowly, but they are rising. And the mutations are spreading. We will have to brace ourselves for some very challenging weeks, in which we'll continue to try to balance the necessary public health measures against the normality we're all desperate to return to.
Let's bring in our political correspondent, Julia Saudelli, for more on this story. Hi, Julia. You've been listening into that press conference. So what more was said about the rising case numbers?
Yeah, we heard Lothar Wieler, who is the head of Germany's infectious disease agency, support what Health Minister Jens Spahn said. The cases are rising. He said we're at the beginning of the 3rd wave of the pandemic. We've seen cases reach over 12,800 today, and that is a increase compared to the same day last week. We've also seen the incidence rate rise. That is the number of cases per 100,000 inhabitants over 7 days, and it is a strong indicator that is used here in Germany to look at the ongoing pandemic and decide on restrictions. Wieler said that the incidence is on the rise, especially in young people, and also we have seen outbreaks in nursery schools because kids have been started to go back to school now, and the effects are being seen. He said a lot of this is due to the British variant spreading here in Germany, and that is putting also more people in hospital and more people in intensive care units. He says the way out of this is the vaccine, and he says we're already starting to see the effects of the vaccine here in Germany with fewer deaths among older people.
Yeah, vaccines are supposed to help. So what was said about speeding up the pace of the vaccination campaign?
Yes, Germany and the government have been criticized for the slow pace of the vaccine, but Health Minister Jens Spahn wanted to point out the successful things that have happened in the last few months. And as we heard earlier, 7% of the German population has been vaccinated, and he has received the first dose at least. And Germany has registered the highest daily number of shots being given on a single day, and that is progress. He expects more vaccine doses to be delivered at least by April, also looking at the Johnson & Johnson shot that was recently approved. He sees Johnson & Johnson deliveries coming in by mid-April, and German home doctors, GPs, are going to start administering the vaccine themselves also by mid-April, and Spahn hopes that both these things are going to speed up the vaccine rollout.
Our political correspondent, Julia Saudelli, thank you.